Hello everyone, welcome to another Chen style practice. I'm just realizing that I'm on the microphone. There we are. That should be clearer as I walk back. Excellent. So let's get started. Okay, we'll take right hand in a fist, please, and left hand straight, pulling back the thumb. Feet together, hands together, and press forwards. 学生好. You can say 老师好. Students, hello. Teacher, hello. Let's do a little warm up, please. We're going to start today with a rotation of the legs. And just for interest, let's link the fingers and also roll the wrists. Now, often in class, I see people doing all manner of strange things with their wrists. You just bring one wrist forward and then the other, one wrist forwards and then the other. So it's kind of like you're cycling. That's it. And then we can change direction with the leg coming inwards, and we can also change direction with the wrists. So we're cycling backwards, backpedaling, one wrist at a time. We want to loosen the wrists and also a bit of coordination. Yeah, good. Shaking out on the other side. So we get the foot going, link the fingers together, and again, one wrist at a time. I'm slowing it down just a little bit so that you can see. Sometimes it might be blurry on a video. Good, and let's change direction. So we're circling inwards with the legs and cycling backwards with the wrists. Very good. And let's have a little shake out. Let's look to the knees now. We're going to keep the stance open. Bring the hands, you can either go onto the knees themselves or just above the knees, and just a little circle. Now, this exercise must be done softly, gently, and it's a small movement. Think of the size of your feet. We're circling around the feet. We don't want the knees to be sticking out. Good. And let's change direction. Soft, slow, small movement. If you have massive feet, you can go a bit bigger. If you've got doty wee feet like me, keep it small. Very good. Bring the feet together. I have 3 children, stepchildren in my current marriage, and all of them have bigger feet than me. Yeah, so you have to go with your own structure. Change direction, please. Good, stretch up. And gently bend. Now see how far you can go down comfortably. Please be safe. Up you come and down. And up you come and gently down. Now this time, if you can, try to stay down for a moment. Tuck your head in, cup your head in your hands and breathe. Good. Keeping your head down, stretch your legs and bring your hands down towards the floor or to your legs if you can't reach, and gently, gently stretch the legs a little bit. Try bending again. And as you breathe out, gently stretch. One more time, gently bend and stretch and bend. Tuck your tail and gently roll the body up, leaving your head down until last, and open your stance. Well done. If you find that difficult, what you can do is the whole lot in an open stance. So you can sort of do a squat in an open stance. Same again, you can go all the way down, cup your head in your hands, making sure your knees are in line with your feet. And everything we've just done in the open stance. And you might find that a bit easier. I come up, oh, yeah, wrong hairstyle for that exercise. Good, all right. And shaking out, please. Okay, little bit of movement for the hips. Four corners and breathe. Now, sometimes I put 1 or 2 classes a week that we do in Zoom. I would put onto YouTube and share with the world, just cherry picking. One of the folks who have subscribed has asked me about shoulders, and in silk reeling especially, the question was, after a few sets, tension started to build, traveling up the shoulder and into the neck. The question was, what can be done about it? Let's change direction, please. So there's the mechanics of the movement itself, but there's also warm-up. Warm-up can be very important. I don't know if my student wants a shout out, but hello, you know who you are. Let me know, folks, if you have a question and if you want a shout out. I'll certainly do that. But yeah, mechanics is important, warm-up is important. So if you're not warmed properly, that can be an issue. Of course, daily habits of how you hold yourself and how you're going about doing your mechanics, your movement through the day can definitely affect it. And even mental stresses and strains can affect the stress and strain that we hold within our muscle system and the fascia system. So sometimes it may not be that what you're doing in Tai Chi is so very wrong. It could be that you're just experiencing the stress and tension that you've been building up through the day. So that's why regular Tai Chi practice is important. One of the many reasons why regular practice is important, to help to diffuse that tension that we're building up continuously. Let's come back to the center, and we'll just do a little pulling in and release, like you're riding a horse, but we're going to twist the waist. Good, so we're going to get to the shoulders, but let's do a thorough little warm up. So one side, and then the other. Good. And let's go one at a time. Of course, it's great if you're tuning in YouTube, but I share these videos as an incentive to come and join my class. Come and join us live. You're very welcome. You can contact me about the details of that. Nothing beats a live class, interaction with the teacher. Good. Let's come back to center and let's circle the arms. Now we're getting into shoulder area. Let's do a little bounce. So at first you can go small, and we'll get a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. As you bounce, we want a feeling of freedom. You're not carrying your arms, you're directing them. And you're using the bounce to fuel the movement. Good, let's go as big as we can. And change direction again, we start small. Go a little bit bigger. Keep breathing. Good. Big breath. Good, and relax down, and let's go on to shoulder circles. So breath is all important, and if you're experiencing a muscle fatigue and cramp issues, it could be that you're not breathing enough. if you're holding your breath as you practice, which a lot of people do in the early stages, if you're concentrating, people tend to hold their breath. It's a funny mechanism. I never understood it because it makes the muscles really suffer if they're not getting the fuel and they're not getting the waste products carried away with the natural breath. So look to your breathing as you practice. Your breath should be quiet, it should be natural, it should be flowing. So if you're holding your breath, that becomes an issue. But I don't want you to, I don't know if you can hear that. I don't want you to make your breath noisy or deliberate either. It should just flow. Just let it flow. Circle, please, one at a time. Good, and change direction. So movement will help to warm the muscles, and fatiguing the muscles a little bit will also help them to relax. Just like a hard day's work helps you sleep. Good, let's come back to center. We'll take a deep breath and lift the shoulders to the ears. Hold your breath. Now we're deliberately holding the tension and holding the breath. 2. Let go. Now you can make a noisy breath. And again, deep breath. Hold. And cannon breath. Let it out. One more time, deep breath. Hold. And very good. Okay, now we're going to do my little twist and shake exercise. It's actually passed on to me by a friend, Alison Maddock. Thank you, Alison. And she picked it up, I think, from a lovely teacher down in Dublin. So let's lengthen up, please, through the top of the head. Deep breath and over to the side and a gentle shake. All I know of the teacher's name is Sam. I don't know his surname, but thank you wherever you are, Sam. This is a lovely exercise. So as you can see, we are very gently shaking and twisting, and we're allowing the arm plenty of space as we're over to one side. I'll come a little closer. Maybe you can see what I'm doing. So it's not a violent shake like this. It's very gentle shaking and twisting from the shoulder at the same time. So we want a feeling of weightedness, heaviness through relaxation, and keep breathing. And we really want to think of the muscles, the tendons, everything softening and falling off the bone. In fact, think of the bones, the joints themselves, as releasing and falling away from each other. Excellent. We're going to take a deep breath in and float up. Lengthen through the top of the head. Over to the other side. And again, shake and twist. Breathe. Now, this exercise requires a bit of practice. You might not get the full release in your first instance. It takes time. And visualizing this softening, melting, falling off the bone really helps. So you're not just shaking it around and hoping for the best. Let go, let go, let go as you move. Very good. And gently up, breathing in and relax down. Good. Now we're going to continue with head, neck, shoulder areas. I'm going to get a chair. You can do the same if you wish, but you can stay standing. I just want you to see a little bit closer. It's dead easy. We're going to do some head rotations. So I'd like you to lengthen up, please, from the top of your head, the chin slightly down and back, so that your neck feels lengthened at the back. Nice deep breath in. We're going to turn the head to one side, breathing out. And again, another deep breath. And as you breathe out, see if you can release into the turn a little bit further. Now keep breathing. And we're going to very gently nod the head, as if to say yes. And keep the opposite shoulder gently down. You should feel a little bit of a stretch. And you'll notice that as you nod your head, the stretch slides along the muscle fibers. Very, very gently. Keep breathing. Now, keeping the position, we change it to a shake of the head as if to say no. And it's about the size, I would say, I'm moving maybe 0.5 centimeter. maybe a centimeter at most. So you're very gently turning your head from left to right, breathing into it, relaxing into it, keeping the opposite shoulder nice and relaxed. If you want more of a stretch, just gently encourage the opposite shoulder down, just a pinch, just a little bit. Very good. Now we breathe in and we float the head slowly and gently back to center. Breathing out, stay where you are. Relax down into the dantian, down into center. Now we do the same to the other side. We breathe in and we lengthen through the top of the head and turn your head to your other side. So look over the shoulder. Go as far as you can comfortably, and then take a nice deep breath. And as you breathe out, sorry about my phone, breathe out a little bit. Encourage the head to release into the stretch a little bit further. Now again, we're going to start to nod the head up and down very slightly, about half a centimeter to a centimeter, breathing into the stretch, encouraging the shoulders to relax, especially the opposite shoulder. Feel the gentle stretch running from the base of the head down the neck into the shoulder. And now very, very gently turning the head left and right, like a no movement. Continue to breathe. Again, encourage the shoulders to release. If you want more of a stretch, encourage the opposite shoulder down just a little bit. Feel that little stretch traveling through the muscle fibers. Good, release, breathing in, gently float the head slowly back to center. Be kind to your body, no sudden movements. All right, we're going to float up through the top of the head. And this time we're going to tip the head as if you're resting your head on a pillow on your shoulder. Allow the head to go as far as it can comfortably, then take another deep breath. And as you breathe out, release, relax your head down a little bit further. If you can, let go into it. Feel any stretching, encourage the opposite shoulder to stay nice and heavy. Excuse me. And let's very gently, this time start with the no movement. We're gently turning the head very slightly, maybe a centimeter. I remember the teacher that taught me this said, as if you had an eraser on your nose and you were rubbing out a pencil mark. Just a very slow, very small little movement. Breathing, feeling into those muscle fibers. You'll feel the stretch dancing up and down around the muscle fibers. Good, and now very gently nod your head as if to say yes. Keep breathing, keep encouraging the opposite shoulder down. Feeling into it, letting go. You see how the breath is so important. It's feeding the muscles and it's carrying away the waste products. So these exercises would be torturous if you forgot to breathe. You have to keep breathing through it, letting go into the out breath. Good, we're going to float up on the in breath. Lengthen through the top of the head, over to the other side, breathing out. Relax your head down. All right, keep breathing, nice deep breath. See if you can relax a little bit further into the stretch. Very good. And again, we're going to start with the no movement, very gently turning the head from side to side, breathing into it. If you're very stiff, you might find these exercises challenging. I just want you to go as far as you can comfortably, not necessarily as far as you can force your body to go, but just to the point that you can go, yeah, I can cope with that, and breathe and let go into it. Good. Now, I'd like you to nod your head, please, as if you're saying yes. Keep breathing, keep that opposite shoulder relaxing down. If you feel the need, you can make the nod a little bigger. That'll get more muscle fibers. You'll feel the stretch dancing across forwards and back. Good. Feel it all the way up to meet the head, all the way down to meet the shoulder. Very good. And breathing in. Floating up. Release back to center. Good. Okay, nearly there. Lengthen up through the top of the head, breathing in. This time we gently allow the chin to release down towards the chest. Forward bow, keeping the rest of the body upright. Keep breathing. Take a nice deep breath. As you breathe out, let your head release a little bit more. Let it hang. Very good. And now keep breathing. And again, we're going to start with the no movement, gently turning the head from left to right and feeling the gentle stretch dancing across the muscles at the back of the neck. You might even feel them going down into the muscles by the shoulder blades, the rhomboids. The trapezius is getting a little bit of a workout. The erector, the scapula muscles, very good. And now very gently, very, very gently nodding your head just a little bit, as if to say yes. Breathing, relaxing into it, very gentle movement. Very good, let go. And on the in-breath, float the head up. And relax back down, to center. Now, if you had osteoarthritis or osteoporosis, any of the sort of bone wasting issues in the neck, you can leave out this next movement altogether or do just a very mild sort of note towards it. You can lift your chin slightly. Also, if you have high blood pressure, you can leave this next movement out, but we're going to lift the chin. We're going to take a deep breath in, lengthening the spine first through the top of the head. As you breathe out, lift your chin. I want you to feel a stretch across the front of the neck. Nice deep breath in, breathing out, relax, encourage the chin up a little bit more. Notice I'm asking you to lift the chin, not hinge your head back. Slight difference. Good, now open your mouth, let your mouth hang open. Keep breathing, feel the release in the muscle across the front of the neck, the platysma. Deep breath. And as you breathe out, close your mouth, encourage the chin up a little bit more. Good, breathing in, allow the chin to sink down once more and float the top of the head up, bringing the chin slightly down and back. Relax down into your dantian. Very good, and let's just ease from our stance. Very nice. So everything is connected when we work on our head, turning our head. Of course, we're working on our neck, but we're also working on the connection into the shoulders. So if you breathe and feel into your body for a few moments, hopefully you will feel that things feel nice and released. You may also experience a sensation of warmth, and you may also experience a sensation of fatigue, a feeling of tiredness. People often mistake tiredness and relaxation. That I do a lovely relaxation with the group and they wake up afterwards, so they open their eyes, they go, oh, I'm exhausted. No, you're not. You're you're not tired. You're relaxed. If we live in a state of tension all the time, when we finally allow ourselves to relax, we experience it as tiredness, as exhaustion. It's not exhaustion. You're finally allowing yourself to give in to relaxation. If you do that, though, you may well need to sleep because your body goes into a kind of recovery phase. It's going, thank goodness, finally I can relax. And then your body is happy to sleep. So I hope these exercises have helped. They're very useful for just general function. But if you do have shoulder issues, yes, work on shoulder mobility. We'll do one more shoulder exercise now, and then we'll get into our form. But also look to your neck and head exercises. They will also help. Okay, so now we've had a bit of a stretch. as we relax and breathe, let's continue to stretch. So if we bring the hands, you can bring them in prayer position or just neutral kind of fist. We're going to bring the elbows forwards, just forwards. Okay, now try and bring them, let go and bring the elbows together if you can, and gently stretch into your back. So you're filling your back, like so. Now you might not be able to get your elbows together, don't worry, do what you can, but just fill your back as your elbows stretch forwards. Good, now lift up. Think of being lifted by your elbows. Lift, 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 and allow your body to hang. Very good. See if you can bring them in front, so you're folding in. And release, lift, lift, lift. See if you can bring them together behind you. Very good. I'm leaning back so that you can see. Now, it doesn't matter if you can't do it. The idea is to feel a stretch. So you go to the point, but you feel a good stretch. Now, open and bring them back as far as you can comfortably. Open your chest. So the chest is filling forwards as the elbows come back, and bring them down. And think of bringing the elbows towards each other as if they could touch. Now, I don't know anyone who can get the elbows to touch. Just for a moment, relax down. Very well done. And again, circle the shoulders. Good. Okay, so little stretches like that are very useful. Of course, we don't want to cramp. And that brings me nicely to one other point. If you're experiencing, let's hug and bring across. If you're experiencing muscle pain and fatigue as you practice, look to your diet. Make sure you get enough magnesium in your diet. That does not mean start popping magnesium pills. No, I'd rather you didn't do that. That's not what I would recommend. But there's lots of magnesium in natural foods. Let's bend and stretch hands. So dark leafy greens, almonds, great source of magnesium, a handful of almonds every day. Little circles, please. Oily fish, so your mackerel, even salmon and tuna to a certain extent have some good magnesium in there. Shaking out. Good. This time it is a more vigorous shake. Hang them down, shake, 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 and shrug. Good, relax, good. Okay, so magnesium, yeah, very useful, very important for our muscle function and our nerve function and just recovery, healing function within the body. Calcium is important for muscles to contract as well as bones, so make sure you get enough calcium in you as well. Dairy products are great for calcium, but calcium is also in oranges. It's in various places. So yes, you can take supplements, but I would always ask you, try and get it in your food first rather than just popping pills. That's never great. Okay, excuse me for a moment while I blow my nose. Okay, folks. So let's look at our Laoja Ilu. We've been looking at the mirroring of the movements. So let's look at part 2. We're looking at part 2 now, which is from here. So it's the start of your fist under elbow and stepping back 5 times. Now, please be kind and patient with me because this is totally new to me to mirror it. But I will give it a go. I will give it a go. Okay, so we're going to start standing on your left. Let me see. No, standing on your right. Like so. I'll come forward. Standing on your right, your left toe lifted. And let's just for a moment, sorry, relax down. Let's do a moment of Wuji and just calm ourselves. Sorry, I get ahead of myself sometimes when I'm thinking, okay, this is what we're doing. But first, good Tai Chi, Practice, calm yourself. Let's lengthen up. Take a moment and calm down. Feeling through your body, listening to your body, listening behind you. Good. Okay, so let's take our positions. So standing on your right, left foot in ding stance, T-shaped position, the heel lifted. Okay. Ready, and okay, yeah. Circling the arms, fingers pointing up and down, and relax to fist under elbow. I'll do that again because I realized I was off screen. Okay, so just sorting it out in my own head, ready? And fingers pointing up, fingers pointing down, relaxing to center. Excellent. Now, 5 steps back. So, right hand to corner and step back, stretch. Left. Try and get those feet parallel if you can. We're going to do one more, and I'm going to come closer to you because I know I'm miles away. Good. So that's your 5th step. We're going to do a little scoop and up and down and in. Stepping back, turning to the left, turning to the left, left palm turns over, turning to the right, right palm turns over, and there's your white crane. Almost got it. Good. Okay. So, right hand, left side, and turn. So we're doing our oblique step, a little release to the right, and bend the front knee. There's your diagonal. Turn, pinch, open, and relax to center. Now we have lightning flash through back. Okay. So we release and we scoop and give me a moment, relax. Good. Okay, so I'm going to show you it with back view. No, I'm going to show you side view that you're used to while I work it out in my head. So we've done our step back and round. Good. And our white crane. Yeah, we did that, didn't we? Yeah. Okay. And there's your oblique step. Just to prove that I do know it, okay? Relax down. So we're going to scoop and turn out and chop. Bring that arm up, chop the other arm and come behind. Standing up, step and feed it through. Good. Now the whole idea of this mirroring is to clarify. But of course, I'm having to totally reprogram my brain. So hopefully it will clarify. It'll make you think about it as well. So let's try it again. So we're going to go from the oblique step. Let's do oblique step again. Yeah. So, okay, left hand and leg forwards. So we turn, release, bending the front leg, and both arms sink. Turn, pinch, filling your back, open and relax to center. We scoop, bringing it forwards this time. We turn and, is that right? Forwards. Yeah, that was right. Yeah, so forwards, turn and chop. We come up and chop and bring the other arm behind. Standing, bring the hand to waist, step and feed the fingers forwards. Do you see that scooping position with the hand? It's not flat, it's scooped. Good, and rest. Now, we spoke of this when we learned the movement, the normal way, but yeah, it's a shoveling. You see, it's like a half tube, so it's not flat. And it's not your normal Tai Chi position, it's slightly more contained between thumb and first finger. So that creates a nice, powerful shape. It's a shovel-y shape to then strike with the fingers. Whereas if it's flat, well, it should never be flat anyway in Tai Chi. It should never be like this. But even just the normal Tai Chi position isn't quite strong enough. So it's a little squeeze. It's like you have an orange there and you're just giving it a little squeeze with thumb and first finger edge. And that gives you a really nice, robust position. You're not squeezing your fingers together like that. They're still a little bit apart, but it's contained. Yeah. And that gives you a really nice, nasty finger strike position for the solar plexus. Yeah, lovely. Okay, let's do that again. Let's go from the beginning of part 2 and see if we can get to lightning flash through back again. So that's that chop, up, chop, sweep around into a hook. Okay, so we are going from, in the form here, standing on your right, left foot empty. I'm just showing you it as a place marker and also to get my head around it. So you're standing on your right, your left foot empty, hands are forwards. Are we ready? We're going to fingers to the sky, to the earth, and sink down into center, drawing fist under elbow. Little bit of space, but feel the energetic connection. Good, release. 5 steps back. 1. Turn, draw in. 2. 3. 4. Wait for me. Here we go. And 5. Okay, we do our little scoop together, drawing back and in, stepping back, turn to the left, left palm turns, turn to the right, right palm turns, back to center, white crane opens its wings, and relax to center. I'm coming forwards just so that you can see. So we're going to chop and step. Front foot pointing forwards, turn. Both arms coming down as you bend the knee. Here's your oblique, there's your diagonal. Turn, pinch. Sinking down, filling your back, open. Relax to center. Good, now this time we scoop forwards. We have a little turn towards left, and then chop. Up, chop, and sweep into the hook to sit on your buttock, like so. Okay, good. Standing up, stepping forwards, and sending that shovel-y hand forwards. Excellent. And rest. Very good. Nice. Now, even though I did that well, well done, Jane. And it's not as perfect as it would be if you saw it, you know, I'm not saying it's perfect, but if I'm doing it normally, it's polished, I've done it thousands of times. This way, it's brand new to me as well. But I'm doing my best to give you the broad strokes. So any little details should be pretty much there. Just watch me. I'm going to, I know this is a bit of a mind blower, but I'm going to show you it facing you, but not mirrored for a second, so that you can maybe see the clearer way for me to do it, but you can still see the details. So I'm just doing it normally. It's not mirrored. All right, so. This, of course, is the same because we do it both sides. Yeah. Good. So I think we got it, really. I mean, on the mirror side, we've got it okay. So shall we move on to the next bit? What do you say? Thumbs up for the next bit? Yeah? Now, okay, so this is interesting because the whole idea with doing it this way, mirrored without without the turns, the next bit is a full 180-degree turn. So how do we do that without the turn? Well, let me show you the turn so that you can see it in the normal setting, in the normal orientation. You've just done your spitting out the tongue, and we're, sorry, the first time, we take the ball as we turn in, we shift the weight, turning the ball, and lift, and a little pivot brings us to the back corner to stamp, step, and prepare to punch. So really, to get the full detail of it, you have to practice turning. So that's not really in the remit of what we're doing at the moment, which is just clarifying hand moves. But we'll maybe take a separate class someday and focus on the turns as well. But we can certainly look at the mechanics with minute turns. Okay, so instead of doing a 180-degree turn, we'll just do few degrees turn, you know, so like that. We'll try that. So let me see. So you're here, 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 stamp, step, and punch. So, okay. So your left leg forwards, please. Your left hand in a hook, gently resting the hook. Talking about details, you're gently resting the hook in the sort of hollow of your glutes, your bottom there. Okay, so I see people, you know, kind of sticking their wee tail out. That's incorrect. I see people with their arm up their back somewhere. That's incorrect. It literally just sits in the little hollow of your bottom. And you might think, well, what on earth? What does that got to do with martial arts? Tai Chi is a martial art. How is that a martial art? Well, it's from a grab. You're hooking, someone's kicking you, and you're catching their foot and turning your waist, and you're pinning their foot against your body so that you can chop them. So you're swiping and chopping. It's like a trip, really. You're catching them, knocking them off balance, grabbing their foot and chopping. And even if you just knock them out of the way with the hook, That should be enough. But it is really kind of pinning the person to you as you do the chopping action. So that's what that's about. So it's important the hand is out of the way rather than sticking out. That sticking out, anything sticking out, is a target from the martial point of view. It's weak, it's vulnerable. It's like that little bit on your china shepherdess, that little bit that's sticking out, that you drop it once and it's broken. This is the same. If it's sticking out, it's going to get hurt if you were in a fight situation. I know we're not aiming for that, but we do it as if, just like when we practice with a weapon in Tai Chi, we use it as if it was a live, sharp blade. We don't just get into bad habits of running our hand along the blade, because then if someone handed you a real sword, you'd get into that habit and you'd slice your hand. So we want to not learn bad habits and get the hand nicely tucked away. All right. So let's do that. So, okay. So here we are. So first of all, we're going to feed the weight back, and as you come back, you're releasing from that little twist. Release from the twist. Now we're not doing the full 180-degree turn, but we're just going to release from the twist. Good, and we're going to release the hook from the back and bring it round. Now you would be turning your toes in, so we'll turn the toes in just a little bit, taking the ball and rolling it over and lifting. Now this would be pulling you back towards your right, so you would be going that way. But we're just going to do a little bump and drop down. Don't drop, sorry, drop is a bad word. Stamp down and step, and we're going to step to the diagonal. Step to the diagonal and expand, prepare. Oops. Do it again. Expand, prepare. No, I was right the first time. Expand, prepare, right hand in fist, and punch. Good. Okay. Rest. So yeah, load of nothing. That's all about the turn. Yeah. How do you practice that? We'll not worry about the turn for now. We're worrying about arms and legs. But as I say, from here, release, turning in, turn your ball over and lift. That's what we're doing. Stamp, step, prepare, and punch. Okay, let's go again. On our left foot forwards. And you've done your little shovel. Release. Turn the toes in. Turn the ball. Gather up. Stamp. Step. Prepare. And punch. Good. And again. Release. Turn the ball. Gather up. Stamp down. Step. Prepare. And punch. Okay, so that section we'll have to look at again, or let's just ignore the whole mirror thing, and let's just practice that turn, shall we? Because there's no way to take out a turn when that's what the step is. Okay, so let's break it for a second, and we go on our left foot to the side, left hand onto your buttock, and right hand has done our strike. So release and feed the weight back, left toes in, there's your ball. Roll the ball around as you shift your weight. Everything's turning, do you see that? You're turning the ball. And lift the right side, right hand on the outside, lift the left toes, tug them in a wee bit. Now you're facing side, stamp to the corner, and step, prepare, and punch. Good. Okay. Now I know you're facing away from the screen, and that was the whole point of us doing the mirror image. So I'm asking you to rewire your brains as well as me today. Let's do that movement, but now spin the room around. So now you have just done your stepping forwards on your left foot, your right hand piercing forwards with the fingers. Feed your weight back. Turn your left toes in. Turn the ball round. Lift your right foot, little pivot, and stamp, step, prepare, and punch. Yeah. So to make it beginning and end easier, I turned the room. I don't know if that helped. But anyway, let's move on, shall we? Let's finish today with a little go through parts 1 and 2. Let's just do the normal, good old-fashioned way from the beginning and see if we can integrate what we've been doing so far with our mirror practice and just get the form flowing again. Ready? Parts 1 and 2. Let's come over to the right, please. Lengthen up. Calming down. Ready? Start. that's the end of part one. Here's the part we looked at today. Keep going, please. There it is. All right. Okay, movement 5. Yeah, ready, and gather. Left, go in, step back right. Left hand flips, right hand flips. White crane, relax to center. Oblique step. Lightning flash through back. And step forwards, strike. Let's do the turn. Stamp, prepare. And punch. And we'll leave it there. That's as far as we've got in the form using the mirror method. Very good, folks. We're on the time. So let's finish with just a moment of warm down. Of course, I encourage you to do a proper warm down. Even just walk around your garden, walk around the house. Calming the body slowly. Let's go down to the legs. Cup the hands, tap the legs, knees, lower legs, ankles and feet. Make sure you're hydrated. Have a nice drink now after class. That can be another reason why we might get cramp or fatigued muscles if we are not getting our isotonic balance. So make sure that your fluids have a bit of balance. A little bit of lemon juice in your water or a little bit of honey can really help with that as well. Or if you want something like Lucozade Sport, would have that little bit of isotonic balance. Let's do a little heel tap. And stand. Listen to your body, please. Feel the energy bubbling through your system. Guide your hands to center, breathing into your belly, calming down. And feel your energy is stronger. Thank you so much, folks, for joining me in this interesting journey of looking at Lao Jia Yilu in a different way, through the looking glass, so to speak. It's interesting for me as well. Hopefully it will clarify. I know I need to spend more time figuring it out. It is a brain twister when you've done something the same way for many years to all of a sudden try to do it the other way. But I think it's worthwhile. It's an interesting journey. Thank you so much, Xie San Hao, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Thanks.